Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Damionblackgear playing more Magic the Gathering. Since the last time, you guys haven't seen Modern in a while, and I told you that I was going to get a Modern, and guess what? There's a daily in like 15 minutes. So I'm going to try and get into that. But first, let's quick go over the deck. It is still the same Bug Gifts deck. We've cut out the birds, dropped up or brought up to 3 Shamans. I figured it should work out. The original list had Lotus Cobras, and they were phenomenal. But I don't want to stick with that. I want to keep moving forward. Lotus Cobra let me learn to speak. Lotus Cobra allows for a lot of tricky situations, such as being able to play a fetch land on turn 3, gifts with Spell Pierce, or even discard available to help protect it. So that was very nice, but I haven't really felt that need. It is something that was from the era of having these two, the Jit and the Lich, and I haven't gotten rid of them just yet. Jit, wow, yeah, Batterskull. We could only hope for a Jit, but we're gonna give this list a shot. Yeah, Deathrite Shaman, Spell Pierce. We've cut down to 2 of them. I haven't really seen a need for them. I'm thinking this may actually become a hard counter, but I'd like to keep Spell Pierce up for right now. Noxious Revival is obviously part of the gifts package. Was going over it with a friend the other day. We're not sure if it's actually just too cute or if it's actually needed. Just figures for dealing with all of the X2s in the format, which there are a ton of, and then there at the same time are not a ton of. It does kill Malira, which was the original reasoning for it. Remember back, this was GP Hoth that I actually jokingly made this deck for. And yeah, if you're not sure which one that was, it was GP Nebraska, I want to say a year and a half to 2 years ago. And just kind of minor tweaks have been made. No real serious overhaul. Still with the same 3 discard spells. We've included Night's Whisper. I wanted something that was... God, I gotta stop saying I wanted something that could draw cards, and when I say draw cards, I don't mean filter like Brainstorm or Ponder do. I meant actually legitimately draw cards. So at the end of the day, I wanted to end up with at least +1 cards of what I originally had, and the other options that had come up were 3-drop spells and other sorceries that cost more, and then Blue Sun Zenith, which ironically, Blue Sun Zenith, if you pay attention to the Google Doc that I had, was in the deck for a period of time, and the only thing that I learned at that was, 1, the games never went that long, and if they did, my opponent had no lands, and 2, if something were to happen and any of my blue lands were destroyed, it was almost impossible to produce triple blue. So I cut it. It's also part of the reason why there are no cryptic commands. It's you either have to tailor to doing it, or you have to give up on the idea. So yeah, I gave up on the idea. 2 abrupt decays, the loam, and the remands should all make sense. I don't think that those really justify the need to actually explain it. We did pull, there were 3 the last time. We pulled 1 from the Spell Pierce range, so that's where that came from. Snapcaster, not only part of the gifts pile, but helps to recycle all these amazing spells. Not so much down on this end, but these ones that cost 4 or less. Originally, there was a Slaughter Pact in this slot over here. Not to say the Tectonic Edge, but in the 0 slot. And the Snapcaster was awesome with that, just being able to flash back a Slaughter Pact because it does cost 0. But moving forward, we've got Kitchen Finks to help kind of offset aggro. I really wish that Wall of Blossoms was legal, because I would definitely be running Wall of Blossoms. Moving forward, Eternal Witness, kind of a catch-all with the gifts package, which is part of the reason why I'm not sure if the Noxious Revival, the Snapcaster, or the Witness, one of them is kind of overdoing it, because there are 3 things to get that'll help make this go. You could always just Snapcaster, Noxious Revival, and then Noxious Revival it back on top of your deck, which would take about the same amount of time as witnessing it back. But that's 2 cards, as opposed to just being able to go like, okay, well, this one, and we're going to put this back on top of the deck. But yeah, so be it. Moving forward, 3 Liliana kind of helps deal with things. Jace Beleren, how to explain this? Back to the card draw aspect, and that's the best that I can do. Yeah, Jace was brought there just simply to be able to deal with card draw. Dismember, a little bit more removal. Gifts, the namesake of the deck, is only a 2 of because I'm not fully relying on it. A Damnation as a full all-out creature wipe. Shriekmaw, deceptive removal, as well as a win condition. Yeah, if you really look at the curve, that's how it looks. Batterskull is a recurable win condition, so we can't run out. I'm actually running out of time here before I can get into this event, if you're wondering why I'm rushing. I started this recording before I actually got in there. Have-and-Go Lich. I want to be able to not only machine gun my Shriekmaws, but get back my Finks. It provides me a way to just kind of deal with every possible situation, and mixed with the Deathrite Shamans, like I can control what they're getting, as well as get back what I want. So, yeah. Batterskull went over. Engineered Explosives serves the same purpose as Damnation, recurable off of Academy Ruins. Out of the board, we have 2 Graveyard Hate spells, 2 more Thought Seizes, and a Spell Pierce to deal with combo. Aggro Stoppers. There we go. We have a Catch-All and LD. And that's because with Bloodbraid Elf gone, I'm assuming that the Tron decks are going to be making a really big move. And I'd rather have the extra bit of LD, recurable LD, than just have to deal with things. But I'm going to go ahead and end this recording, set up to get into this thing, and get you guys a Modern tournament. Alright, bye-bye.